I'll probably start with showing how I kind of set these up. Pretty easy. These corks, they're just like a rubber T-cork I get on Amazon. This is just one from New Year's. And then I just use this. Get like 2 packs of it for $5 on Amazon. This stuff, even if you spray it like with the airbrush or rattle can or whatever, if you just roll it around in your fingers, you can just keep using it. Like I'm still using the same stuff from 2 years ago. This is a mini print of Ray Arnott. This is a Yelton model of Ted. I believe that's a Yelton. This is a Yelton on this side. And this is a Temu one. I haven't done one of these ones yet, so I'm kind of interested to see. And then we've got 3 mini prints and another pair of Temu, or maybe they're AliExpress. One of the two. They're cheap. I get like mystery packs for $4, and you get 5 people in it. So I kind of have a mashed up way. Hey Ted, you're on the list of people to get painted tonight. So I kind of watched a whole whack of videos on painting figures, and this is just kind of a, I guess, a mashup of all the different, or all the parts of those videos that I watched that I kind of like the idea of. The other thing would be these from, I got these from Amazon as well. I think you have a set. Ironic part is I need my glasses to see which glasses I'm going to use. Figured I wouldn't start right after your stream, Ted, to give you a few minutes to recover from that. I can't put those on yet. So these are the 3 colors. These are an oil color. We got raw sienna, raw umber, and burnt sienna. The trick is to not make everybody red. And I'm gonna move this a little bit. There. This is I just ripped this out of one of my sketchbooks. Because what we want to do is, I'm going to do that now before I get into the brushes and stuff. We're going to use the paper to leach out the oil. So this is they're going to end up drying a little bit quicker. Yeah. So what I've done so far, that's good point on that. So I've already sprayed Ray's actually already done this step. So you can see, maybe if it'll focus, there it goes. The darker spots is what I've done with the oil. And then the lighter, he didn't take quite a hit like this one. These came a weird color. Like they came a fleshy color, so I hit them pretty hard with the Tamiya paint. But I'll airbrush this on to start, and that'll act as a bit of a primer as well. And here are the brushes. Oh, okay, let's decide to come off now. Awesome. So these I get from Michaels. I just find the shortest, stiffest brushes I can find in there. Oh, no, that's for something else. I saw that white puff come out. I don't like the Citadel brushes for this either. But we want stiff because you want it to stay in like the eyeballs and the mouth crack and the ear holes and all that type of stuff. And you want to kind of pull it off their faces. Start to see it leaching out a little bit. I don't think this was a great paper for this. I have a feeling that sketch pad has a bit more resilience than the regular paper. Oh no, it was leaching pretty good. I'm gonna I'm going to clip some more off of you, Ted. These are probably the best, I guess you call them sprue cutters for doing 3D prints. I don't think I've broke one yet since I started using these. These are Tamiya 123s. They're just a super clean cut on them. I've probably cut 150 prints off with these already, and I haven't, like, some of them were, I did 50 sunflowers with these and quick, and I don't think I broke a single leaf off or anything. There we go. They're a little expensive, but they're definitely worth it. Yeah, cut that one off that lady's butt. And you get bright on them, no nubs left or anything. Definitely worth the money. I always look for deals on stuff, but there's some things where it's just not worth it. I found that out today, actually. I got some wall stands. I think Paul Stamp showed them, and like, he's got them where they come off the wall. I got one that was $50, and I'm like, oh, I got two more for just doing lights. I'll just get the cheaper ones. Well, the cheaper ones are definitely cheaper. One of them came just absolutely wrecked, so it's going back, and I just ordered the more, like, the first one I got. So now this is just, that's going to be way too dark. Now it's just making kind of a mud pie until you get the color you kind of like. It's pretty much going to be all of that. I might need some more. Mixing paint colors is not my forte, I'll tell you that much. I had a whole batch of prints I had to redo because I just absolutely mucked them. This is going to be closer. I do kind of a fall time, so I usually give everybody a tan like they've been out all summer. Here we get pretty close. Maybe a little bit lighter. I guess this is close to when you're putting the paint dots on to start with. This is the kind of that scary part. You put this on and kind of looks a little bit scary for a bit. Yeah, it's going to be pretty good there. Well, I don't drink beer, Ted, but I'm drinking one of these to get through this one tonight. Just going to use some of this. That's for enamel butter. What's this one for? Let's try this one. Just need something to kind of clean the removal brush as we go. Pardon me. I think Ray said he was wearing white shoes. What'd you have on for this one, Ted? Work boots? Definitely gonna need some brown for that guitar. I'm just picking out colors that I think I'm gonna need. Once this is done, I think maybe we'll start with I gotta be careful here. I'm way back. I don't know if any of that mixing was even on the camera. That'll probably be a bit easier. We'll start with her. Ray, you're done already, so we'll put you over there. I didn't want to tell Ray, but when I was taking them off the other cork, I broke them off at the ankles, so I had to glue them back together before I started this. The rest of the paints are acrylics. So we're going oil over the Tamiya paint. You don't have to be like super careful with this bit because we're going to paint the rest of it. So all like where I just splattered her dress there, never going to see it. I think it's time for me to switch glasses. Yeah, I was gonna ask him the other day, if he had any ankle pain. See if it was like a voodoo doll. I don't really care for doubling these people up on these because then it makes it probably wasn't a good choice having her where I got to get pretty much 360 on her. This fella's pretty straightforward. I don't often use this is probably the only time actually with anything I do that I'll use these shop towels just because they're a little bit thicker. And these brushes are, I don't really want to dig in with them a little bit. So now we're just going to go through and just somewhat gently just pull the paint back off. And it's going to leave a bit of a tinge on that Tamiya paint. Stay still, boy. Trying to run away from the girl. But there you can. Is that gonna focus? I can't see it now. Now I've got trouble because I can't see my computer. There it goes. You can kind of see where it's starting to highlight the facial features. It was too wet still. I have to come back and hit this fella again. Just like that, we're on to the next one. Is that Artie? Could be. This is also a good time. Actually, I should have just left these out because this is the time that you're going to see a lot of those, like those little supports and stuff left. So you can see there's that one on his shoulder there. That's pretty well done. I don't think so. I'm kind of interested to see how these I think it was AliExpress. Interested to see how they kind of paint up. But for the money, it's okay. You know, even if they're definitely look better than those Woodland Scenics figures, which I would put as like, you know, usually a C for depth on the like how far away I would put them into the layout, where like the Yelton mini prints, Dave's Decals, those are like A figures that are going to be right in the front, like main action. So if these Temu ones are a nice B figure, even, I'm going to call that a win. Interaction Hobbies, actually, they send, I think Daryl is the guy's name, makes really nice kits, and he usually includes figures, or you know, you can add them on with the detailing kit, and they're quite nice figures. He prints out as well. Oh boy, oh, we're looking good. Next one. Let's have a bit of fun till I gotta fall. My love, if you feel like I do. The worst is if you forget the back of somebody's neck and then you're into painting it all and you realize you got a big bright spot right in the back of their head. This dude's hair. Ted, I think you're going to be up next. Ted, can you see what I'm doing okay on the camera, or does it need to be closer? I don't know if I know how to zoom in on this mess, but I can move the camera closer. Is that better there? I don't know how to zoom in because I'm using my phone going to my computer. I can't tell if it's my eyes are out of focus. I know that much. Mr. Ted, you're looking pretty good there, I think. Get some of that off your hat. Oh, nope. Missed under your arm here. It's the other reason kind of why I like these corks is it makes it easier to kind of rotate. Put right over there. Jeff Dunham has Guitar Guy. We've got Guitar Girl. I think I'm going to have this one standing with the saxophone guy. Outside old Cooter's Liquor. Oh no, they're outside the Piggly Wiggly, I think. Guess I could have one in one place, one the other. Musical battles going on in the back alley. Yeah. Yeah, and then well, there's that other guy that I started with. He's coming along with another guitar. Must be the bass player. I don't know if anybody's got some drummer or not. I know Mini Prince has the one punk rocker guy with a mohawk and everything, which he's on this little diorama that I'm doing. I wish there was more stuff like that, I guess. I kind of aim to be in the 80s, so punk rock was a little getting going, and I got a downtown deco kit called the Rat Hole, which is kind of, you know, I always draw a blank on it. I can see the sign. There's a well-known punk club in CBGB, something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna need to talk to him probably here soon, anyways. Um, I'm gonna do a, or if the everything gets approved, I'm gonna be doing a diorama for a museum to do with Alexander Graham Bell. Made the first phone call about 20 minutes from where I work. Yeah, so here you can see this one's painted. Got quite a bit of paint on it. Just like that. Good as new. Who's the last one up? Can't remember the name of this nice lady, but she looked like she was having a drink and would fit in the alley, so she's joined the Disturbia crew. I usually go through long hair to just to help when you, if especially if you're going to paint it a lighter color, give it a nice little, like, kind of get that depth to it. It looks like a beer. All right, that's kind of the scary part done. Everything else is, well, everything else is what I can't see anymore. Yes, I can't. It's blurry. Yeah, CBGBs. I can see the sign in my head, but I can never remember the dang letters. Well, we got a minute while that stuff's kind of drying up. This is the, we'll do a midstream box opening, I guess. But this is the one that I was talking about, called the Rat Hole. And it's like like a punk rock type of joint. It's got like a full fascia on the front. Oh yeah. I just absolutely love these kits. So much fun. Oh, and it comes with stuff from one of my favorite people, Dave Steckles. There's a few of the downtown deco kits that come with stuff from Dave Steckles. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of this before I stick my hand in it. Just dispose of that in whatever environmentally responsible way is necessary. These are on laser white. And he checks off whenever he sends you stuff, he'll check off what it is, and then also on the back it tells you what kind of decal you have, because he does them, and you can get pretty much everything from Dave's Decals in cardstock clear and white. Dirt Club. What was the, what did you see any bands before they were famous there? Oh, we got some Social Distortion, Black Flag. I did order a set of decals from Dave's Decals, and I think it even had some. I'm drawing the blank on that, and I listen to them all the time. Oh dear. Either way, it's a really well-known punk band. I'm sure it'll pop in my head about 30 minutes after we're done this. That'd be it's not probably a pretty fun night anyway. Or were you in one of the bands, Ted? Rancid. That was the name of the band I'm trying to think of. Or no, it's the Misfit Skull. Misfit Skull. I just want to give these a little bit of time to. You can kind of see it still glazed a little bit on that one. Not bad there. Oh, I need to do a white gray. Marilyn had some nice blonde hair. Probably mix some of these two together to get blonde. Medium orange. The Mets are like almost like a purple blue, aren't they? Or dark. No, they're like a royally blue, like this one. Close to it. See if I can give you. You're a Mets fan, aren't you, Ted? This is what I've been using for the first layer on blue jeans. Cubs. All right, blue and red it is. I can make that happen. Did you see the I think that's closer to a Cubs blue anyways. The J signed that Japanese slugger for third baseman. And Yeah, so I'm a little bit nervous on where Bichette's going to end up. Jimenez, that's our shortstop. I think that's his name. I've been playing MLB The Show here and there, so now I've got hundreds of names floating around in my head. Baseball players, but I would be okay if they traded Jimenez and put Bichette at shortstop. This is after I painted about 40 figures, I decided I'm going to get a couple nice brushes. So I picked up some Vallejo brushes. They seem to hold up pretty good. I tend to like the sets you get on Amazon and stuff like that. I tend to just absolutely murder those fairly quickly. I may have to cut you off of here, Ted. You can't get the back of your... Oh, I guess you're sitting, so your back of your pants won't matter too much. The only tricky part is getting in around the hands and stuff like that. Like where you have your hands on, sitting on your leg. Just want to make sure we don't run up and over top of it.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like it's all in the lights got burned down. Can't be afraid to leave this home. We got this one, don't know who. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll go down the line. Only just like the sunrise.
There we go. I'll probably just go back to the rest of these after because we're almost at an hour now. See if I can. Oh yeah, that's a real bright Cubs blue there. It's the only problem I have with that with the Vallejo Air is it's thin. Because it's made to go through an airbrush, obviously. Not so much for what we're doing here. But that's why I started to buy more of the AK paint or the Game Color Vallejo. Because it's a lot easier to thin the paint down to make it thicker. Hopefully Miniature Ted just didn't have his lunch. He's upside down. Alright. I might have needed to hit that. I haven't used that blue in a while, so I probably should have put it in the shaker. That might have been some of the issue with it. The good part with this paint is it dries super quick. So by the time I get around to your other arm, I can just come right back around and kind of do a second coat right away. It was too high. I was trying to hold it in view of the camera, and I was holding it into the camera. Still getting used to this whole doing stuff on camera, I guess. Alright. Now before I put the red on the hat, this is the second color I've been using for blue jeans. And this will, oh, it's like when the ketchup squirts out that clear liquid. So, pardon the noise here for a second. Holy. Maybe it's this one that I use. Pale blue? Maybe. If this one doesn't smarten up, it's going to be pale blue. got you off of here. I thought I had leather brown. I don't know if I did that last step on camera or not. I think you can probably see it's just like a dry brush with with this snow blue. I think it does a pretty good job of showing kind of the wear on blue jeans. Sometimes what I'll do for the leather boots is I'll go back with once it's all done, go back with that raw umber oil paint, and it gives it kind of like that old school polished boot look. That blue wasn't doing well. You see at the back where it just kind of. Well, that's not a bad blue for a Cubs hat either. Pardon me. See if we can paint the Smarty right on the top. There it is. All right. So now the last kind of thing I do with these, I'm just going to clear this paint first. Now, we'll get some trusty NATO black. This will be the final little step for it, unless I find something terribly that has gone terribly wrong. So what I have in this is just water and 2 drops of this, which is a flow aid. And I usually do this like super thin, because we don't want tons of it. We're just going to get into the nooks and crannies and stuff like that. After seeing that rat hole, I might have to maybe do a building on a stream. This is sort of kind of where you're going to get that final little bit of depth, like especially in like the shirt and stuff like that. If you get see where it's got a pocket there. If you don't want that much, just wick it back up with the brush. I did this wash like super. This is one of the things I actually will just make the wash each time as opposed to using the all right, Ted, have a good night, or I'll give you a quick look at miniature Ted. And I'll see you tomorrow night. All right, take care, Ted. Thanks for stopping in. Or I guess you were here for the whole thing, not really stopping in.
No, there ain't no stopping us. Fly without boarding pass. Couldn't catch me, I've been moving fast. Call me a shooting star. Let 'em know who you are. Flying up in a bar. Wish on a star. Time to show 'em who's in charge. Call me a shooting star.
All right. We're going to call that done. Let me switch my glasses so I can see what's on the computer. There we go. Well, that's in a nutshell painting figures. This figure is from Yelton Models, so you can get that on his website. It's Engineer Ted, who you can catch Saturdays between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock every Saturday on his channel, which is Teddy Chef D, and that's Saturday Night Weathering. All right, catch you all later. Have a good night.